So, entrepreneurs, now let's move to the next step, which is basics of pricing strategies. See, pricing is something which is very crucial. You know, I would not say that very important because everything is important when it comes to a business, but pricing is something will decide the fate of your product in long run. If you want to, sustain in the market, if you want to relevant in the market, then pricing plays a very, very big factor. Very big factor, right? Pricing plays so much big factor that it, uh, you know, influence entrepreneurs and businessmen to become more creative, to become more, innovative and bring more ideas. You must have been witnessed so many times that the packaging of few products are getting rapidly changed, new bottling, new packaging. Why it happened? Because due to pricings. And if you're surprised or if you're confused, I'll tell you. Sometimes, price cannot be increased because of the, you know, uh, the presence of that product in the market, the, for how much time it's in the market, how many consumers are there, how they're liking it. So there are so many factors. If you and see, inflation is something which is, and especially from last couple of decades, inflation is something which is just going out of hands. So it is very difficult for any business to sustain with a limited price range. And how they do that? So when I given you one statement in the beginning that a lot of packaging has been changed rapidly for food products. It happens because sometimes what happens that there is a let's assume that there is a shampoo bottle of 100 ml and it costs you $200. So the company cannot increase the price. So what they do that they do the packaging in a different way and the bottle shape is different now and and it contains 196 grams or 192 grams. So the quantity is also not very, decreased with a very high margin, right? Maybe 1 or 2% maximum, right? But when it comes to the mass number, so it plays a significant role. A product you are getting, right? Let's assume that this is a product, right, which you get. This is let's say 100 gram product which you get for 100 rupees. But now because of inflation, you need to control the price, but you cannot increase the price because people liking this product. It's already in the market. When you think and your competitors are already there, and you think that if you will increase the price, then people may, you know, go to some other product, and you cannot do that because obviously you want to sustain in the market. You cannot want to keep the same pricing with the same quality because you know that your quality is better than others. So what do you do? That you'll do repackaging. Rather than 100 gram, maybe you'll give 96 grams, 94 grams. So you'll save 6 to 7 gram per pack here, and cost will remain same. So now what happens that earlier when you were selling, let's assume 1 lakh packets every day. So it was around 10 CR. If my mathematics is correct. You were selling doing sales of 10 CR per day, and the amount of product you were selling was obviously same 10 CR grams. Let's assume, right? But now what you are doing? You are saving a very good numbers here, right? How? Because you have reduced the quantity by 5 to 6 grams, right? And as a consumer, it won't affect me much because it's 5 to 6 gram, and but it can help organization to sustain for longer period of time with the same pricing. And it's a win-win for both. This is just one example I'm giving you, and this example is coming from the statement that pricing is very key factor, and pricing sometimes plays very significant roles in creating the creativity in people's mind. ये हमारे साथ ये होता है. People say that Indians are, yeah, very जुगाड़. Why? हम क्यों करते हैं? प्राइस बचा लेते हैं, पैसा बचा लेते हैं, हम अपने आसपास भी देखते हैं. So that's pricing is a very major factor जिसकी वजह से ये innovations भी आती हैं. So, understanding effective pricing strategies is crucial for maximizing profitability and capturing consumer interest, of course. So I just wanted to start this with, and so many times it happens. And recently we have seen the same scenario with Maggie or Parle G biscuits, what I've just discussed, the repackaging and bringing down the quantity a couple of grams so that the price can be remain same, right? And there is no harm in that. It's a win-win situation for consumer and businessman both, right? And and it's see, it is not harmful until unless it is not done unethical. See, if you are reducing the quantity and you are mentioning on your packet, so it's visible to everyone. There is no unethical thing about it. But if you are keep writing 100 grams but giving 92, that's unethical. That nobody should do. As an entrepreneur, it is very, very important to stick to some values. And that is important. So coming back to the pricing strategy, I hope that with this example you understood that why pricing plays a very significant role and how there are uh, organizations are doing so much to control that or to maintain that. See, there are majorly three kind of pricing. One is value-based pricing. Set a price based on perceived value to customers. We have discussed that how to create a value proposition in our another module earlier, right? Why? Because see, as an entrepreneur, we need to understand that if we are giving solution to a particular problem, then uh, so many things are associated with that. Pricing is one of them, right? Uh, what kind of solution we are giving is decides the kind of pricing we are asking. You need to understand that. If the problem is very big, if so, for an example, the initial critical disease like cancer was not having a treatment many years back, but now if it's curable, then it's very expensive treatment. People take it because the solution is of the solution is at another level, right? You need to understand. You need to travel to one city to another by bus, by train. It costs you X amount, but uh, now you are traveling through airplanes, right? And if you have travel through airplane, then the solution is bigger. So the value is bigger. So you need to understand that what kind of solution you are providing, and based on that, you can set the value and the price. So it is this is what we call value based pricing, right? Consumer should feel like okay, I'm paying this much. It means that this product has that value, right? Then competitor analysis, analyze competitors to identify pricing norms and opportunities. Sometimes if we are bringing in the almost similar kind of product, there are a lot of brands of face creams, a lot of brands of honey and you know nail paints. There is a lot of brands around it. And if you are not giving any significant change in the composition of the product or material or services, if you are into the service industry, then you need to look for the competitor pricing very, very closely. For an example, if there are two honey brands and they both are not claiming themselves as an organic. They are saying that okay, we are true honey, but yeah, there are some chemical compositions has been done for the sustainability and to to keep that preservatives are there and so many things. Then you cannot keep price high as compared to other product. It has to be on the similar grounds. But if you claim that your product is 100% organic, no preservatives, no acidic controllers, and shelf life is also less because it is 100% purely direct to farm to your table. In that case, yes, you can raise the price for sure. So competitor analysis is very, very important. You just cannot randomly come and ask for X number of amount from people. People will give. right? You need to understand what kind of business you are into, what kind of service you are into, and then based upon your competitor, either you have to set an example by giving some extraordinary solution or add-ons in your product, or you have to maintain your pricing as per the competition. And then introductory offers, obviously, so many products have that, early bird discounts, or, if you will buy three, you will get one for some time, promotional offers, right? And sometimes what we do that, we make memberships that this is our product XYZ, and if you'll become member of XYZ through a app download, you will not only get 10% discount on every purchase, but there will be some points which will be added to your profile, and then you can redeem them. So, these kind of things are plays important factor. One more thing which I want to discuss here is the what four components, or I would say key metrics of pricing strategy. One is premium pricing. High price now, high price in the future. Few products have that premium pricing. Brands like LV, Gucci, or they usually don't give discounts. I have not never seen a Diesel, or Diesel still gives some discounts when we go to the stores, but the brands which I'm taking name, they usually don't give discounts. Luxury watches and any premium product, they have a premium pricing. Premium pricing now, pricing in the future, and they will rapidly increase their pricing. Clear. Then penetration pricing. Low pricing now, high price in the future. Few products launch with the. I still remember uh, when initially Skechers came to India. Uh, we I was not earning very high back then. I mean, we were young, very young, just maybe couple of years into the corporate. Maybe Skechers came to India earlier, but we got to know about that product around 2012 or 2013. If I talk about me personally, I got to know about that. Okay, this kind of product is existing around 2012 or 2013. At that time, when we used to go for shopping, Skechers prices were comparatively lower than Puma, Nike, and Adidas at that time. I categorically remember. I don't know whether it was a promotional offers or it was early discounts. I am not sure, but there was significant difference. But now, if you'll see, Skechers costs almost equal, or some of the articles are higher than Adidas, Nike, or Puma. So I can give you that example in this scenario, that low price now, high price in the future. Maybe that was their strategy to came to India, bring their price down. I'm not sure whether the price were actually down or it was a promotional offer. I just want to clarify here. I cannot claim that it was lower. We need to check. If you want to do a case study, please do that. That's another way of learning. But yeah, this is one example that which I have personally experienced, right, while shopping. Then pricing skimming, high price now, low price in the future. Sometimes it happens that you understand that people are liking your product, but they are not liking the price, or they are thinking that this price is not for this value, right? In that case, you have to load up the prices. Um, Recently, it happens with the Jimny car, Maruti Suzuki. When the car was launched, it was launched with a good price, more than Thar as well. But later on, the prices has been shredded. So you need to check that. And it's a very good case study that this is a classical example of pricing scheming, which happened in last couple of years. Maruti Suzuki Jimny was a car, and the prices uh, has been shredded with significant numbers. I'll tell you. Right? So that's one example. And I'm not talking about any offer, actual prices. Yeah. And then loss leader, low price now, low price in the future. We can call them loss leader as a segment, but yeah, sometimes it happens that we only focus on the competitor analysis, and we want to play with the price game. That is a very, I would say, not a very smart move. You know, we have seen in the past, and we heard from experts. अगर आप किसी experts की कॉन्वर्सेशन सुनेंगे, कोई पॉडकास्ट सुनेंगे या कोई इंटरव्यू सुनेंगे, तो आपको एक चीज समझ में आएगी। हमेशा कहते हैं कि आप प्राइस पे नहीं खेल सकते हो ज्यादातर। ऐसा नहीं है कि आपने एक प्रोडक्ट लाया, आपने उसकी प्राइस लो लो कर दी तो लोग उसको हमेशा लेते रहेंगे, क्योंकि आपका लॉस भी होगा। अगर आपकी वैल्यू अच्छी है, so it means that if you are giving a good value product but your focus is only competition price, then you are not doing something correct. अगर आपके वैल्यू अच्छी है, क्वालिटी अच्छी है, तो आप अपनी प्राइस भी अपने हिसाब से डिसाइड कर सकते हैं। आपको सिर्फ कॉम्पिटिटर एनालिसिस पे डिपेंड रहने की जरूरत नहीं है। पर बहुत सारे केसेस में ये गलती एंटरप्रेन्योर्स कर देते हैं कि उनका प्रोडक्ट तो अच्छा बन जाता है, लेकिन वो क्या करते हैं कि वो शायद एक डर होता है, खौफ होता है कि हम मार्केट में सस्टेन करेंगे कि नहीं, और वो लो प्राइस के साथ आते हैं। फिर वो एकदम से बढ़ा नहीं सकते, क्योंकि अ, ऐसा नहीं है कि उनकी वैल्यू एकदम से और ज्यादा बढ़ गई है। वैल्यू तो वही है, क्वालिटी वही है, और फिर प्राइस बढ़ाते हैं तो फिर वो डर रहता है कि यार ये लोग खरीदेंगे कि नहीं खरीदेंगे, तो वो लो प्राइस कंटिन्यू करते हैं, जिसकी वजह से अब रॉ मटेरियल महंगा हो रहा है, आपकी क्वालिटी आपने मेंटेन करनी है। जैसे ही आप क्वालिटी गिराओगे तो लोग सामान लेना छोड़ देंगे, तो आप वो एक लूप में फंस जाते हो, राइट? So you need to understand that where your product falls. Does it falls into the premium pricing category, into the penetration pricing scheming, loss leader? मेरे को ऐसा लगता है कि प्रीमियम प्राइसिंग, पेनिट्रेशन प्राइसिंग, ये दो चीजें ऐसी हैं, ये तब हो सकती हैं जब आपका प्रोडक्ट एक्सेप्शनली ग्रेट हो, वैल्यू फॉर मनी हो, इनफैक्ट ज्यादा वैल्यू दे रहा हो, और एक सेंस ऑफ ओनरशिप देता हो इसके कंज्यूमर्स को कि हमने ये प्रोडक्ट लिया है, राइट? न्यूट्रल प्राइसिंग रहे तो अच्छा है। हाई प्राइसिंग, लो प्राइसिंग इन द फ्यूचर, ये कभी कभी काम भी कर जाता है। जब आपको कोई नया प्रोडक्ट मार्केट में लाना होता है, आपके एग्जिस्टिंग प्रोडक्ट का प्राइस लो करके नया लेकर आते हो, ये स्ट्रेटेजीज किसी किसी कंपनी ने यूज करी है जो काम कर जाती हैं। पर लो प्राइस ना, लो प्राइस इन द फ्यूचर, ये तभी एप्लीकेबल हो सकता है जब आपकी वैल्यू भी आपके प्राइस की इक्विवेलेंट है। अगर वैल्यू ज्यादा है, आप क्वालिटी बहुत हाई दे रहे हैं, लेकिन प्राइस को आप मार्केट के डर के कारण, या आपका एनालिसिस गलत है इसलिए आपने लो रखा है, तो थिंग्स मे नॉट फॉल इन योर यू नो place for you. At least things will not fall in place for you. So you need to be very, very careful when it comes to the pricing specifically. All right, entrepreneurs. Now let's move to customer acquisition strategies. See, customer acquisition strategies are simple. We have discussed it in the past as well, many times in the last module as well. So we will, discuss it in brief, but with effective information here, that effective customer acquisition strategies include lead generation tactics, right? That how you generate the lead, what are your referral programs, how you are doing your campaigns. We have discussed in the past, right? Then each approach plays a crucial role. Obviously, see, lead generation tactics means implement strategies such as webinars, free trials, or engaging content offers. Uh, First of all, a customer acquisition cost plays a role into your revenue. If your customer acquisition, your so in any good business, if your business is growing, your customer acquisition cost should come, uh, you know your customer acquisition cost should decrease as your business increases. Why? Because you are now a brand, people know about you, people using your products, they are happy, they are satisfied. So, for an example, Philips, Godrej, Samsung, they don't do webinars or free trials anymore. It means that their customer acquisition costs from that perspective came down. Because I have not seen any webinar or free trial or such free coupons from LG, Godrej, Philips, from maybe from last many years. I have not seen that. Why? Because now they're established. They know that people trust them. So their customer acquisition cost decreases. So as an entrepreneur, you need to understand that customer acquisition cost will be high in the beginning of your journey. Why? Because you need to reach out to people, you need to talk to people, you need to create a feedback loop, and you have to get things tested, and also you have to be available for your customers all the time. Once your trust builds in, then this cost can come down. But initially, customer acquisition cost is something which plays a very, very significant role in your organization's revenue, right? So customer acquisition cost you have to be very strategically consumed. आपके पास पैसा है तो आपको बहुत ही स्ट्रेटेजिकली इसको यूज करना है, राइट? वो लीड जनरेशन स्ट्रेटजी से हो सकता है कि आप वेबिनार्स कर रहे हो, फ्री ट्रायल्स कर रहे हो। ये कब काम आता है? जब आपका प्रोडक्ट जो है वो मास प्रोडक्ट है, कि आप मास प्रोडक्ट, जब मैं बात करता हूँ कि आपने मास मार्केट में लेकर आना है, कि फॉर एन एग्जांपल अगर आप कोई एक स्पेसिफिक विटामिन की कोई गमी बना रहे हैं जो कि कॉस्ट में भी हाई है, लेट्स से विटामिन सी की कोई गमीज बन रही हैं, वो 20 गमीज का पैक ही 300-400 का है, तो वो मास प्रोडक्ट नहीं है। मास प्रोडक्ट के लिए क्या होता है कि जैसे कोई कैंडी हो गई, या अब सिर्फ मैं एग्जांपल आपको दे रहा हूँ कि चाहे वो कोई मसाला हो गया या फिर कोई ट्रैवल कंपनी हो गई, ये ऐसी मास प्रोडक्ट की चीजें हैं जो मास ऑडियंस को अट्रैक्ट करती हैं। इनके लिए जो आपका कस्टमर एक्विजिशन कॉस्ट है, वो किन एरियाज में ज्यादा खर्च होगी? वो वेबिनार्स में, फ्री ट्रायल्स में लोगों को दे दिया, देन दे कैन वैसे जो प्रीमियम प्रोडक्ट्स है वो भी करते हैं फ्री ट्रायल्स। आई हैव सीन वेरी 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 प्रीमियम प्रोडक्ट्स आर डूइंग द फ्री ट्रायल्स। फ्री ट्रायल्स का एक एग्जांपल है, जब आप किसी कैफे में जाते हो, कभी आपने नोटिस किया होगा, और वो उन्होंने कोई नया कोई केक या कोई पैटी या कोई पेस्ट्री लॉन्च किया होता है, तो वो उसके छोटे छोटे पीसेस करके आपको ट्राई करवाते हैं। सो दैट इज वन एग्जांपल ऑफ फ्री ट्रायल। वो उनकी कॉस्ट है, राइट? देन रेफरल प्रोग्राम्स, क्रिएटिव इंसेंटिव्स फॉर एग्जिस्टिंग यूजर टू रेफर न्यू कस्टमर्स। आपने देखा होगा आपके पास मोबाइल में आता है कि रेफर अ फ्रेंड एंड गेट 10 पॉइंट्स, रेफर अ फ्रेंड गेट 100 रुपीज एज एन, आपको भी मिलेगा 100 रुपया, और जो आपके नाम लेकर जिसने ज्वाइन किया उसको भी 100 रुपया मिलेगा। तो 200 रुपये जो मिल रहे हैं, फिर आगे चेन बनती जा रही है, तो वो कॉस्ट है, कस्टमर एक्विजिशन कॉस्ट है जो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन स्पेंड कर रही है, राइट? एंड देन रीटारगेटिंग कैंपेन्स, री-एंगेज विजिटर्स हू शोड इंटरेस्ट बट डिड नॉट कन्वर्ट। ये एक इंपॉर्टेंट फैक्टर है। आपने फ्री ट्रायल्स किए, आपने वेबिनार्स किए, आपने लीड जनरेशन के लिए लोगों को बुलाया, वेबिनार किए, उसमें वेबिनार के जब खत्म हुआ आपकी वहां कॉस्ट लग गई, फिर वेबिनार खत्म हुआ, लोगों ने अपने इंटरेस्ट भी दिखाया, कुछ फॉर्म्स फिल किए, लेकिन फिर उन्होंने आपका सामान नहीं खरीदा, आपको पता चला कि दे आर नॉट बिकमिंग अ कंज्यूमर, तो आप उनको रिटारगेट करोगे, आप उनको री एंगेज करोगे, वो भी एक कॉस्ट है। सो कस्टमर एक्विजिशन स्ट्रेटजीज एंड कस्टमर एक्विजिशन कॉस्ट, ये दोनों चीजें बहुत ही सो इफ यू हैव इफेक्टिव कस्टमर एक्विजिशन स्ट्रेटजी, योर कस्टमर एक्विजिशन कॉस्ट विल बी इन योर कंट्रोल। If your customer acquisition strategies are haywire, then you cannot control that cost. So if we'll talk about three major strategies these days, is the lead generation tactics, referral programs and retargeting campaigns. आपको अपना customer acquisition इसी के around अगर आप चलाते हैं, तो things will be in your favor very soon, entrepreneurs. So be specific while creating such important and impactful strategies. Okay, entrepreneurs,